What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today, well, we got the final phase of the Forbidden Zone Showdown, the new game mode over here where we are now able to fight the Forbidden Lord. In fact, we have to clear those 3 bosses first, but I doubt that's going to be a big problem. And then we can finally fight the new boss and we can see what we can do against it. And I thought, well, we kind of check it out together, we see what's going to happen. A lot of people are already hitting it. You can actually see the lineups of the people here, which is fairly interesting. Haven't really thought too much yet about those sigils. There are some interesting ones though. Not really the damaged ones. I thought this one was really interesting because there is this thing called Forbidden Zone Constraint, which is essentially a skill effect the boss puts on you, and this can actually remove it. So this is fairly interesting. I thought we'll hit those here first and then we'll go and just check it out. I thought, well, this is probably not going to be an issue. Based on based on the last fights we had, I doubt this is going to be much of a challenge. Yeah, indeed, it really isn't. But those drop you those gems, and those are really important. So I definitely would encourage you to clear them. And I guess you aren't really able to hit the boss first. So now we are here, and we have to kind of check out what happens. So we can actually see, and this is something. Yeah, where I'm not too sure, this is really cool, that's kind of a long loading time. You can see the lineup other people's used. So, I don't know, do I like this? Because I mean, I can't really hide what I'm doing here. So equip crystals, so this is now the interesting part, where we have a bunch of the crystals. We have the new ones here, of course. We have the control effect removal. When self is more than 100 energy, there's 60% chance to remove one control effect from self. Afterwards, increase all damage dealt, can be triggered to 1 times each round. Don't know if it's per character or if it's like for every single hero. I definitely want to go with the attribute reduction one. I guess we can use multiple of those. Crit damage resistance is interesting because the boss has guaranteed crit on the ult. We do have a pretty weird mechanic where the boss is actually able to remove all our buffs, which is pretty annoying, I guess. This sounds interesting if the boss does a ton of damage. Let me kind of go through here. Okay, I checked out a few. There are some interesting things here. There are actually a lot of those and they have different effects. The early ones, like this one, are actually just stats and they become stronger. You can stack the same sigil actually, like this one for example. After releasing an active skill, 80% chance to deal 2,500 attack or shield ignoring damage, and I have the same one basically here with just a lower effect. So you could stack those, which in theory could be like a strat. There are some interesting ones over here. One that stood out to me was this one. After letting crit deals extra damage by 10% of damage dealt, which I guess will be stronger than this one. I don't think there is one. Oh, that's my game crash now. I hope it doesn't. I don't think there was one at the Reds where there was the same effect. So it doesn't seem to be the case. We do have a bunch of damage. I wonder how much survivability we really need. We have the end of round 1 there for the attribute removal. There is one over here, and I don't know symbols. This is after releasing an active skill. So you could have double attribute reduction removal. We have the HP is low thing, which I'm not sure. This is like an additional survivability. So we have a lot of survivability. I think we're going to go with it. Those are the current bonies that we have. I think we're just going to do a fight, guys. We're just going to do a fight. Team. I actually want to go like this. We have to change the monster because I can't get the crit buff. Really can't. IAE to remove boss buffs. We have PDE over here for some dodge, for some health as well. SQH for some healing. Has a shield giving buff also for Livia. Livia for massive damage boost. We can use normal heroes. Cosmic Enforcer Luna because this guy has all damage reduction. And Cosmic Enforcer Luna can remove all damage reduction. So this is fairly fancy. And then we have LFA for damage, of course. I think we just attack core for PDE. We wouldn't really need. I don't know if we can attack a second time. I sure hope so because I want to go over this. Artifacts, we go with the Endless Cane, of course, the Deific one on LFA, and Deific Snow Arts actually on all the other heroes, which explains why this boss does basically nothing. I was a little bit worried about that. Energy feed is a bit wonky. Can say that. CC, boss can inflict cold, the CC freeze, the Transcendence version. And we want to keep the buffs away. If this is a normal buff though, then IAE is actually better. Then we should consider making... this is interesting. Then we should consider actually making IAE faster than LFA, because then we can just remove all of his all damage reduction. It's a little bit annoying that we can't really see all of the debuffs there at the same time. That would be nice. One thing to note though, and that's the reason I don't use Star Alchemist Tom's Young, we can't really use buffs. You see, all of our buffs gets wiped. All of the boss's debuffs get wiped. I'm not too sure if Endless Cane is really the way. Do we see the symbol? Does the symbol? No, the symbol doesn't get removed. So, I don't know. Boss visually doesn't seem to lose HP, which is either because we deal horribly bad damage or because they made it that way, which I hope they did, because then we can kind of like theory craft, get a nice idea of what we can do there. Is it just me, or does this guy get CC'd? Is it just me, or does this guy really get CC'd? That would be insane. So far, I have no idea. We'll see if we are on place 1 on the leaderboard. I don't even know if this is cross-server. Freeze Cold Chill means you definitely want to do something against that. Does this guy get CC'd? I can't see it. I don't think he does. I mean, we would have Fear and all the other stuff as well, so probably doesn't. It's just a visual effect. Debuffs within a round are of course good. Speed order is more important, I guess. He doesn't remove the skill effect from Olivia, so that was about to be expected because, well, it's not an attribute reduction. He does remove attribute reductions. We probably want our LFA slower. I don't know if Luna is the way. If we can just IAE his all damage reduction. But that would mean we would need more energy feed, which we currently don't have, which is sad because that means we just don't get an active skill right now, which kind of sucks. Okay, let's see the damage. Defeat. Damage dealt to the boss 9.5 E plus 17. Not bad. So we can either upload, which we have 3 of, or we can cancel. Let's upload it one time. I just want to see what happens. Okay, we are place 7 with that, which is not good. Which is really not good. So we want to be place 1, obviously. Okay, let's check out what some other people do. Let's check out Bossanak. Went with the Heart Watcher in there. I guess we really didn't have any survivability issues, so I would say we can go away with all of that. More interesting really is the artifact choice for LFA, because I'm not too sure about that Endless Cane. I think we should do a lot better. We see a lot of those there. That is kind of insane. DGN, okay, LBRM, makes sense. That's not too fancy actually overall. That seems kind of random. No, jewels equipped. Does it just like stack if you have multiple? Because we definitely, I mean, we had the jewels equipped and everything. I mean, this leaderboard is going to change quite a lot, I assume. This is just like a very small difference. Surprisingly so. Okay, I removed a few survivability ones. The thing is, there are a lot of those like buff ones, you know, like, wait, we have an example. Of course I clicked on everything. Crit damage resistance, okay. After taking crit damage, increase self-crit damage. So we increase our crit damage, which is an attribute buff, which gets removed by the guy. So, new lineup by the way, removing PDE, removing that. We're going for Star Alchemist Tom's Young. We're going for Speed Order, Star Alchemist Tom's Young, i.e. Then we go SQH. And then what I want to see, I want to go Heart Watcher. Because, no, not Fessa. Because the thing is, this guy has like, how should I say it? This guy says he removes attribute reduction effects. Actually, Heart Watcher is a mark, so there is a decent chance this doesn't get removed. Not sure if that makes a lot of sense. We can kind of try to go with this. I would just go for an attempt. We'll see if it works. I think they all have. They should all have. Should I try that again? We can do preset lineups. Why did I do the preset lineup? That would be way easier. So this was the boss skill I was talking about. Increase self-crit damage and all damage reduction at the beginning of the battle, which I hope we can remove with IAE. Is reused each round and then reset. Doesn't matter if we go with IAE. At the end of each round, increases all damage dealt by self, removes all attribute buffs from enemies, okay, and all reduction effects from self, which I hope are attribute reductions, which would mean that this guy doesn't really have Purify. So yeah, we'll have to see about that. So let's go. I don't even know what counts here. Is it just like Forbidden Zone? He does attack first, which is really, really mean. He does attack first. Okay, that works, that works, that works. Nice. I don't see a Heart Watcher effect around him, which is not good. We have the core now, so that should help. Did he just even remove the effect from like the Star Alchemist Storm's Young core because he has like he no longer has like the little butterfly? Does even the butterfly get removed? Wait a second, let's check this out. The butterfly gets removed. That's crazy. He removes the butterfly, or is it just at the end of the round? So the idea here, by the way, was to go. Or could we go Fairy Queen Vessa? Is that the way? Is it the way to go Fairy Queen Vessa? To remove this attribute debuff there? Because we could do that. We'll have to try. We at least have the opportunity to try, because this guy doesn't really reduce our attempts, so we have like infinite attempts, it seems. CC, we got Control Purify, okay. Am I happy with this? So you can see the attack buffs going up, that's good. We can't really get those two faster than LFA, sadly. Not without like reducing our buffs by like a ton, or attack with the soul power. So I would rather avoid that. I think I'm just going to go and do like a ton of attempts. I think that's going to be the way. And then come up with like a video with probably a good team. Because we can definitely do teams here. It's not like a guild thing or something. We can't come up with any teams. It's interesting that he's faster than we are. That's kinda mental. I hate that the HP bar doesn't move. That was the best thing about like Flame Shrine. You could just always see the HP bar move. Okay, around 14 we get the basic, which is good. Get a crit debuff there as well. Crit debuff, attack, damage reduction debuff? Okay. I don't know if we got good damage. It is better. It is better. E+18, which is probably cap. When we do have one more attempt, so I will just upload it to see where we are. Place 3. Still didn't beat place 1. With the Drake. Oh, Drake, also an interesting choice. I mean, Drake can take the IAE slot because he will permanently remove everything with defense down. Shall we try that too? You got the MFF in there? I don't know about the MFF. I mean, she was like meta for a lot of a long time. He is place 1. What did he go with? I mean, we obviously don't know. Okay, so those were his buffs. Let's check out the current bonus. We gain a shield, reduce target crit damage. I don't really see that, we don't really need that. And the question is, of course, I mean, if you can survive his damage, well then you don't really need the DFX Noahs, which means you can do more active skills. So yeah, that's a thing. But he has the same, this is the same, the shield ignoring damage. I wonder if that stacks. Is IAE worse than Drake in this scenario? I mean, we can just try. Okay. Probably this. Let's go. Let's see what we can do here. Same artifacts. His all damage reduction and everything should be just like invalid now. Drake is pretty good at this and doesn't get removed because it's a skill effect. I don't know about the Heart Watcher though. Thing is, I don't see the little Heart Watcher circle. It might be a visual bug. I don't know. It's a new game mode. There are bound to be bugs. There are probably some of those tickets that just don't work. But in a video like this, where we do it literally shortly after its release, we will know about this. So, bound to be a follow-up video. Let's see this. Yeah, during the fight, we don't really get to see anything. Basic on there. You know, our debuffs are gone. We don't get the buffs though. We usually would through Spectre. Spectre would convert those, then we would have buffs, which would be good. But doesn't work. So that's kind of annoying. Why does he have a speed debuff now? Can he please not have a speed debuff? That is really annoying, because he's supposed to be faster. Okay. I was wondering if it would be good to reduce his energy. Do we need Hardwatcher faster than this than LFA? This is impossible. I don't even need to think about that. His CC is now insane. I think this will be our last fight, and then I will just go into testing and we'll see. It's a ton of energy though. I doubt we can remove that, or can we? Maybe. I mean, we already have a bunch of energy removal with the DFX No Arts. Just not enough, I reckon. Ah, there. Or do we? I mean, we remove the energy already. It's just like full every single time we are doing the round. But when he attacks, he actually does a basic all the time. Interesting. Okay, turn 15. Let's see if this is actually better. I mean, we don't know. 5.979517. They have to fix this 1E+18 thing. That's really annoying. Took a quick screenshot. Let's cancel this. Do we see that here? 11 million points. So doesn't really. Oh wait, we can see his points there. So obtain points. Is it just the points that we had before? Does it not display the new ones? No, those are just the points we displayed before. So no idea. So you don't actually know if your attack is better than the last one? Or does it just display the points you already have if your attack is worse? So I actually can't experiment here because well, oh wait, I just realized something. We get 6 million points from the bosses before. So due to that, it is not 59795919. It is 11. So it's 6 million from the bosses before. Makes sense. Yeah. So makes experimenting a little bit annoying. I don't know. Guess I think they should fix that. I mean, we kind of have to experiment and find out. People have to see where they are. So yeah, I will go into some theory crafting with some other people. You saw my attempts here. Maybe you can copy a little bit. We use the DFX No Hearts, of course. I don't know if that is like a thing, how many you need of those. In general, good to have also for the Void bosses if you fight those. But of course, 5 DFX No Hearts is a very whalish investment. But then again, that's also the theme of the channel. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video, a little bit of the preview of the boss. My first attempts on him, if you want so. I will come back with an updated video with a full guide and everything and how you can beat it. In general, if you have like lower survivability, take some of those survivability runes. We didn't really take them. There ones with all damage reduction and like shields and everything. Put that on there. Take yourself like the Olivia, that will already help. And try to go for some attack debuffs, maybe something like a DGN. So I think that will be sufficient. Other than that, hit that subscribe button. As always, you know, SG Hub is down in the description. That's the cheapest source for Starry Gems. You saw a lot of people come in from the recent videos. Thank you for that. We are going to do a Black Friday offer. It's going to start next week. You're going to get informed in the videos, of course, with some special deals to prepare for the big Black Friday event, but you can of course also use it if you want to do a Thanksgiving event. Both options are open. Stay tuned for that, and yeah, have a great day. We'll see us in the next one, and hit that subscribe button.